In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you the 80/20 challenge. It's very exciting to see this coming to life so that we can bring 80/20 and just get better and better at it every single week that goes by and every single day. There's an amazing Richard Koch quote. He says, "Our greatest success often comes from standing back from the noise and fury which engulfs almost everyone else." Isn't that the truth? If you agree with these three guiding beliefs, I think that you're going to love this 80/20 challenge. Now, the 80/20 challenge is in beta right now, so things may change, but let me tell you, this is a strong, very strong starting point, and I hope you'll join us. Here we go, three guiding beliefs. Number one, my brain answers the questions I give it. If I'm in a conundrum, I just need to ask different or new questions to generate new answers, which oftentimes generates new opportunities and insights that previously were not obvious. The second belief is that life is a game of trade-offs where I can have pretty much anything but not everything. We see those lottery commercials that say you can have it all. It is such a load of crap. Everything in life is a trade-off. There's an opportunity cost intrinsically, by definition, to everything that we do. So oftentimes 80/20 thinking is about deciding what we're willing to give up as much as it is what are we willing to pursue. The third belief is that there are front-loaded decisions and trade-offs I can make which wipe out the need for dozens and dozens of other decisions, tasks, projects, and possibly even people. For example, I could try to figure out how to do Facebook ads all on my own, maybe even hire a few people on my team to take care of managing it once it's up. Or I could make the front-loaded decision of I'm going to hire an agency. And now that wipes out the need to hire people and take on dozens of other projects, tasks, and decisions. So far, as of the recording of this video in April 2016, I believe 80/20 in daily life comes down to three things. I think as entrepreneurs, we all agree that 80/20 is a phenomenal idea, and we have examples from our own business. When it comes to actually playing out on a weekly basis and doing what we can to spark 80/20 to come up more often, I think it comes down to thinking, habits, and tasks. So the 80/20 challenge follows this format, and it's that I'm about to share with you, and it follows this spirit of the Richard Koch $10,000 question. What would you have to change about your business to maintain or increase profitability while working only 1 hour per day? Now, to be clear, Richard Koch is not a 4-hour work week kind of guy. Richard Koch is a venture capitalist. His net worth is now over $300 million. And he credits the 80/20 question, just asking it again and again and again for a few decades now, to credit with the amazing success that he's had. And sometimes it's not about working only 1 hour a day. It's about asking the question of what would have to happen if we were to work only 1 hour a day, and the answers that we get out of that we can get busy with putting into place. So here is the format. First of all, 5 mornings per week, a call with your 80/20 team. Now in the beginning, we'll probably have just one 80/20 team, and we'll probably do something like Skype. In these morning meetings, they're very brief. Each team member in under 60 seconds will declare what 80/20 task they will complete in the following hour. And we're going to keep Richard Koch in mind with another one of his quotes. What single task on your to-do list, if completed, would allow you to take the rest of the day off and presumably feel good about it? So once each team member has taken 60 seconds, maybe less, to say what 80/20 task they're going to tackle in the next power hour, then everybody hangs up and we get to work. We do this power hour where each of us is working on our respective task. Then in the last 5 minutes or so of the hour, everybody jumps back on the phone to account for their progress. And again, it's less than 60 seconds per person. So in total, this is 1 hour divided into 5, 50, and 5 minutes. And this is happening 5 mornings per week, most likely Monday through Friday. Secondly is 80/20 habits. So this is not a daily thing. This is a once a week thing where you are going to pick 1 to 5 habits each week, and then you're going to create a metric around them. Now, before I go any further, let me explain this. Habits are usually a leading indicator of success. If you can get a few right and make a few front loaded choices, then dozens of other problems disappear. So, for example, I know for myself, I can have issues from time to time with punctuality, with getting to the gym, with having good workouts, and making clear decisions all day. When I do a root cause analysis of what would solve all of that, would be if I just go to bed early enough in the night. When I get to bed early enough, then I sleep enough, and then I have the energy, clarity, mental capacity to do everything in excellence the following day. So we want to pick 1 to 5 habits like that have impact, massive impact on everything else in our life, and we want to create a metric around them. So here's some examples. It could be hours reading over the course of the week, hours writing, sleep time, what time do you go to bed, sleep volume, how much do you sleep each night, exercise frequency, so how often per week, or duration, how many minutes or hours per week, how many minutes you meditate. It could be anything that is an 80/20 habit for you. Now, once you've picked those 3 to 5 metrics, then from there, once per week, I'm going to suggest a Sunday night inside of Builders Club, report what your progress was for the previous week. And also share an insight or two, and also share what your metrics are going to be for the following week, for the upcoming 7 days. Now, if you'd like, you can also do this with a partner from inside Builders Club, or you can do both. Put it in Builders Club on the Facebook wall, or and both do it with a partner as well, where you're sharing insights with each other. Now, if 3 to 5 metrics just seems like too many, or you feel rebellious about that and you want it to be smaller and simpler, there's something powerful to be said about the momentum of just even a small goal that you hit regularly that creates momentum. Um, Jimmy reminded me of a friend of mine. His name's Todd Herman. He lives in New York City. And he said people often overestimate goals and underestimate the importance of momentum. And so getting early wins and getting some momentum is crucial. Now let's talk about 80/20 thinking, which is kind of the granddaddy of them all. And again, this is not a daily thing. This is once per week, you're getting 20 minutes of pristine alone thinking time. No interruptions. I'm going to suggest no devices. So literally you're doing your thinking time on pen and paper, not on a laptop, not an iPad or a cell phone. I'm also going to encourage no food and no beverage. And I'm going to encourage you to not get up either. Sometimes we genuinely need a drink of water, but sometimes it's just our body's way of manifesting the feeling of uncomfortableness inside of ourselves. And that feeling could be the last bit of resistance that your internal self has before you have a breakthrough. And I've had that happen before, where I say, I'm going to fight through this, I'm going to stick with it, I'm just going to keep writing, I'm going to keep thinking, and then wouldn't you know it, an epiphany hits. So, do whatever you feel serves you best. I'm going to encourage you to try going no interruptions, no device, no food, no beverage. Now, there's no set day for this or time of day. You pick when in the week, and you'll have an option of doing an 80/20 question that I suggest, or you can go to a bank of 80/20 questions I've started compiling at profitfactory.com/questions. Your insights you're going to share once per week in Builders Club and or with your accountability partner. Just to say, this is the question, this is what I came up with, and this is what it was like to do the process. It was uncomfortable, it was exciting, it was whatever it was. Okay, now this is kind of a surprise, but there's actually a fourth part. This is the 80/20 recharge. So once per week, you're going to pick a day, and it's going to be no work, not even checking email. If you can get away with it, even turning your phone to airplane mode for most of the day, if at all possible. I want you as far away from work as possible and getting maximum rejuvenation, recharge, relax, recreation, any of those kinds of experiences where you just get to be completely removed from work. You might want to include friends or family or your kids, or possibly some kind of a solo journey, like go to the spa for the day, go for a long drive, long bike ride, off to the masseuse, whatever it is. This is absolutely crucial. And if you can get 2 days per week, then that's even better. Now, I'm going to also suggest that when you do your 80/20 recharge day, don't fill it up with work of other kinds. Like, If Sunday is going to be your recharge day, don't be doing renovations on the house or tons of yard work or whatever. I mean, if you need a day for house stuff and running errands, make that the other day, but have at least one day per week that is completely recharged. It's not work of any kind whatsoever. So when we put this all together, it looks kind of like this. You can see I'm saying perhaps consider Sunday night is where you're going to review your metrics and how it went for the previous week. And you're also going to share your insights from your 80-20 time, thinking time. And then you're also going to choose your metrics for the following week. On Monday, you're going to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all 5 mornings, you're going to have that power hour of 5 minutes, 50 minutes, 5 minutes. I've slotted it in here Tuesday afternoon to say 80-20 thinking time for 20 minutes. Obviously, you can do that anytime you want. And then just an example, I put Saturday as an 80-20 recharge day top to bottom. So some of those might move around for you, but those are the elements how they might look in a sample week. Now, when are we starting all this? Well, we're starting immediately. Jimmy, our fellow Builders Club member, and I have already started with the 80-20 challenge, and you are welcome to join us immediately. And it's going to last approximately 30 days. So this isn't forever, but we'll start with 30 days and see how it goes. To sign up, in Builders Club, underneath this video, there is a thread, and please just look below, and in the comments, just say, hey, I'm in, or sign me up. So that's how you claim your spot. It's first come, first served. The maximum room that we have is for 11 people total. When you take away the spots that Jimmy and I are occupying, that leaves only 9 spots remaining. Now the price is we're going to include this in your Builders Club membership. It's maybe something we'll charge in the future, maybe not, I don't know. Again, this is just a beta, we're going to see what happens. But at this time, there's no extra charge for anything. It's just a part of your Builders Club membership. Now, this is a beta, and I'm doing my best in how I build out the 80-20 challenge here to balance blanket best practices or best practices that we know are good for everybody, like 80-20, and on the other end of the spectrum, balance that against having enough empathy for how you uniquely work, the genuine, true differences between you and I and anybody else. For example, our Colby scores might be very, very different, and I'm doing my best to build this challenge that where there are genuine differences, we can have empathy and space for those differences. Now, on your end, I'm asking you to balance rebellion versus blind spots. There's going to be some moments where you push back, where you say, I don't want to have to do my thinking time with paper and pen. I want to do it on my laptop. And by all means, do whatever suits you best. Consider, though, that maybe you've got a bit of a blind spot, that trying it with just paper and pen might give you a whole new experience that you've never had before, and you may get a new insight that you didn't have before. So you be the judge. You're obviously the expert of you, and so wherever you find yourself falling, just consider that rebellion and blind spots, are both at play. So that is the 80-20 challenge, obviously in a beta form. And if you're interested in getting started, mention something in the comments below here in Builders Club, and we are off to the races. All right, I'm excited to see you in the challenge.